Hello all, this is Ramprasad Doraisamy and welcome back to 50 Days Dataverse Microsoft Dynamics JavaScript Challenge. So today of day 22, so here we are going to have a look on fetching records with xrm.webapi.retrieve record. So let me just quickly go to my CRM system. So this is the CRM or Dataverse environment. So here we are having what can I say, the three records available. So this is the Dataverse which we have already sorry, the model driven app which we have already created. So to retrieve a record, so we don't want to make much code against this one. So instead of that one, if you are having an XRM toolbox download, so for example you can directly go to xrmtoolbox.com and you can download this one. So once you downloaded, it will come a folder like this. You can just extract that uh, the downloaded file from XRM Toolbox. And once after you've done this one, if you directly log into XRM Toolbox, so this type of tool will come. So there you can directly, like, I can just directly click on what can I say, the trial environment, the connection. I can directly click on open connection explorer. I can click on new connection. I can say Microsoft connector. Click on open Microsoft login controller. And here you can input your username and password and you can select the organization and you can select your respective the organization which you want to connect. So in my scenario, if I go to my environment, I'll go to my make.powerapps.com. So here my environment is nothing but a trial environment. So I created what can I say, the connection between XRM Toolbox and the Dataverse environment with the trial environment. So now to begin with, first go to your tools and library and just install the REST builder called Dataverse REST Builder. So because why we are doing these things is you don't want to make or you don't want to do a lot of coding against this one. To avoid such kind of scenario, you can directly use this XRM REST Builder and you can able to easily find it out. So once you've done this one, just go to tools and search for Dataverse REST Builder. So you can able to see the Dataverse REST Builder will automatically gets loaded here. Click on file, click on new collection and click on the request. And as per the what can I say, the PPT which I just showed. So here first thing we are just going to use a retrieve record here. So what is retrieve record? So retrieve record is nothing but um, we can able to retrieve only one record at a time. So retrieve multiple is multiple records, retrieve is a one record. So now we are going to see about only one record, how we can able to easily retrieve one records here. So I'll just go to here, I'll just create a request. So here it's a retrieve record which is of retrieve single. I'll just select the retrieve single. So here you can able to see table available. I can just click on the table and this is my table which we have already created. As we connected to our trial environment, this table automatically gets populated here. So I'll just select this table and here you can able to see the primary ID we need to pass it up. Why we need to have a primary ID? So here as per the Dataverse or with the Microsoft's environment, we are if we plan to retrieve only one record, so then the ID will be GUID of the record will be unique. So we need to pass the primary ID of the record. So for that, I'll just open one of the record here. So I'll just copy the ID of the record here. So I'll just go to the environment and paste that primary ID here. So now here you can see the primary ID gets populated. Now I'll just go to xrm.webapi. So here you can able to see xrm.webapi.retrieve record. So this is the table name and this is the URL of the record and this is the result which we are getting. So now if you want to alter this one, like I want to make a couple more field as well. I want to get that values while retrieving. So I'll just select the columns. I'll select the name of that column. I can just select the boolean field of that column. So once after I selected that one, if I go here, so here you can able to see the select operation automatically gets populated with the day name and the boolean field, which means now here it will retrieve four fields. One is with the ID of that value, name, boolean field. So here what is this formatted value? Formatted value is nothing but the boolean will return like a true or false. If you want to get it as a string, so you can directly get it as a string as well here. So for that we can directly using this one. Now I'll just copy this whole what can I say, the operation for retrieving a record. I'll go to my Dataverse environment. I'll go here. I'll go to my solution. I'll open the 50-day challenge solution. And here I'll explain the web resources which is already available here. So for our purpose, I'll just going to create a new, what can I say, the web resource because it is already there, or else I can directly use the existing one. Here we are having a lot of code which is already available, so I don't want to make it confusion. Or else what I can simply do is like I'll just remove all the codes here. I'll say, oh no, I can't do this one because it will just throw an error while page gets loaded. So or else I'll just open a Visual Studio. Let's wait for the Visual Studio gets loaded. And let me just try to load Visual Studio. I'll open the 50-day challenge solution. Let it get loaded. So within the meantime, I'll just quickly go with creating a new record programmatically with the JavaScript. So these are all like a pretty much simple only. Like how we are going to do that, I'll just explain in the next session. So today we are going to see about the retrieve record, and in the future session we are going to see about how to create a new record. So for that, I'll just quickly give a heads up how we can take it up for creating new records using the XRM builder. So let's wait for the Visual Studio gets loaded here. Still loading. Not sure why it's taking a lot of time. So within the meantime, what I'll do, okay, it's loaded successfully. So what I'll do, I'll just come to the onload operation. This is the onload operation which we are already triggering. So here, what I'll do is I'll create a function called retrieve record. I'll say execution context, and what I'll do, I'll just simply create a function, say retrieve record of execution. Okay, sorry, execution context. I'll open brackets. I'll just paste this one here. That's it, simple. So now I'll just make sure this is there. Okay. So we are not using this XR execution context, so I don't think we need an execution context as well. Not an issue. If you want, we can pass it, and if you want to get some values, you can easily get that values as well. Now I'll just directly go to my get ID. I'll just check whether am I getting the ID anywhere or not. No, I'm not getting in the ID. So what I'll do, I'll just say get ID of current record MSCRM JavaScript. So this is the one which we need to use. So I'll just copy this one. So as I said, now I'll just say where get current record ID equal to this value. So current record ID. Okay. So how here, as I said, we don't want to use page. So for that, I'm using the execution context here. In this execution context, we need to use the form context. So I'll just copy this form context. I'll just use this one here. I'll just use the execution context. So here form context dot get data dot get ID dot ID. So I'll just copy this one. I'll just pass the value over here. So here we'll get the ID of the record. I'll and here I want to format this ID. So I'll just format this ID as get record dot replace place of double quotes comma double quotes dot replace of double quotes comma double quotes. So here what I'm going to do, so the open bracket I'm just going to say it as null. I don't want the open bracket and I don't want the closing bracket as well. That's it. So here I want to make sure that whatever the debugger I'm having, I want to comment the debugger here because I don't want to load each and every time the debugger here. But I want to so that I can just keep this debugger so that it will automatically trigger this debugger alone. Perfect. Now I'll copy this code. I'll go to my the CRM, sorry, or the database environment. I'll just go to the solution. I'll click on this JavaScript solution. I'll paste this one. See, initially what we have done, we just need to choose the file and we need to do this one. So now we are not doing that one because Microsoft have already implemented this JavaScript to edit here itself. So we can directly use this one here. So I'll just publish this environment, sorry, publish this JavaScript. So once the publish is done, I'll just go to the record which is already there. I'll just make a hard refresh. I'll make another hard refresh here. I'll click on F12 like I already said how we can debug this one. So here you can able to see this retrieve record automatically gets triggered. So I'll just click on F10, F10, F10. So here you can able to see we got the values with the curly braces and with the record ID. So if I go to the next line, the curly braces will automatically get removed. So now I'll just put a debugger here and here because if it is success, it will go here. If it is error, it will go here. So I'll just run this one. So here you can able to see we got the value. So this is the record ID which you have passed, and this is the name of the record, and this is the boolean which is of false. And if here what is the result which you are getting, I'll just copy this one. I'll just go to console. I'll just paste this one. Okay, I'll say allow pasting. Just paste this one. So here you're going to see the now the text which we are getting it as false, but here whatever value which you are getting it as, sorry, here we are getting it as no. Here value which we are getting it as false. Now the same way if you open another record also it will load accordingly to that. So this is how we can just simply use the retrieve record using the XRM toolbox with REST builder. Hope you like this video. Please drop me a comment if you have any queries and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.